Testing 1, 2, 3. Let's hopefully this works. Hey everybody, special time. I'm wearing what I wore yesterday to make sure I just to celebrate this all-time high. That's really crazy. So very happy morning, completely inundated with tons of cool messages, but let's just jump in and see what's going on. I'm going to open this up. Big thank you to everybody for being here. Let's look at what's going on. So first of all, I'm going to just recap on the market because the market's been crazy. We all saw what Bitcoin just did, blowing up to a crazy all-time high, absolutely shattering everything, just taking off. Now, one of the things I want to say, and I've been talking about this for a long time, is when Bitcoin gets to an all-time high, it gaps up. It goes to these new layers that it's never seen before. And that makes it very exciting. And there are no sellers. Nobody here is actually selling at this moment in time, which is superb and stupendous. But the other thing to note as well, some of the other names are also going bombastic. Ethereum, big time. Let's look at things on a percentage basis for my crypto watch list. Who are the top performers? You got FTT, the graph. Solana, number 2. Look at that. Boom. Ho. Sorry. That's just kind of funny. So this is what I mean by fastest horses. Let's go to what's going on with the smart contract platforms. I like to look at these guys too. Cosmos is losing. As I told you, tokenomics sucks. Phantom, tokenomics sucks. It's also run a lot. Terra Luna on fire. There's a lot of craziness there. And Solana's number 2, Polkadot number 3, Ethereum number 4, Chainlink number 5. Cardano is down there. It's moving up a little bit too. So congratulations to the Cardano army out there too. So I'm going to just get a quick lay of the land. And then I'm going to talk about what I believe is going on. So let's look at what the world... let me see here. Yes. So very quickly... seeing how this world looks. Obviously, Bitcoin up a monstrous 6.5%, Ethereum 6.5%, Solana dark green, Polkadot dark green. Even XRP is up. My goodness. Shiba down. Where's Doge? Doge is up a fraction. That's just a funny world. And let's compare everything to the world of Bitcoin, which is another interesting way to look at it. I know some people don't like this. It's like they can't switch from their currency to exactly what's going on. But here, this is an important way to see exactly what's performing, what's not. So Bitcoin is crushing Cardano, BNB, XRP, Avalanche, VeChain, HBAR. But it's not beating Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot. Luna, Litecoin is there. ICP, be careful of ICP, everybody. So that's kind of the world. And we looked at the smart contract platforms, look at the chart. Now I'm going to just free ramble and chat with everybody. Let's go and see. I know I opened Papa Chat. Here we are. Okay. So I'm going to go scroll through this and just answer some questions from you all. And again, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so blessed to be able to do this, share with you all that I've learned in life. Caligula, thank you for being here, moderating as well. Okay, hold on a second. Somebody's just telling me my email is open. Whoops, that's not good. So, yeah, you can tell that this is live TV. There you go. Back. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, also for always having my back and, keeping things private and everything else. But what a great time to be alive. I know we've been through some dark times together. There was times when people, in the community that I have, I don't know how many people it is, but it's thousands. We probably lost 2 people in all of that time during the summer that said, I can't take this anymore. I'm selling. I'm getting out. So, but we retained everybody else. And now everybody gets to really capricious, can't stop smiling. So again, I try and make this as interactive as possible. My job is to share what I know, my experience, and give you guys the tools and the experience to be able to crush it in the market. And it is obscene what's been happening. I mean, even if I go look at other things like the CleanSpark trade, the miner, I get a lot of questions. How did you find CleanSpark? And how come nobody else is talking about CleanSpark? It's just literally, it's just looking at lots and lots of numbers. So let me see. I'm just here for James' little dance at the beginning of his video. Frugal investor, good man. I was telling somebody a story this morning about selling a watch, and that was I got rid of everything last year in 2020, and I looked at the balance, and it's remarkable how curtailing a cost or an expense last year and what that becomes today is nuts. Brian Parnell, big thank you for the sticker. And we have Ange78 in Singapore. Thank you so much as well. Again, all donations go to animals. Um, so let's see. All-time high party. There's no hard questions. Sol to 500. Yeah, Sol is just happens to be up on the chart now, and I'm not going to show too much Sol because I get accused of being a Sol shill. But it is the top mover after FTT, which is the FTX token, which also exploded. I actually have some FTX tokens, believe it or not, but they were given to me. I'm not even sure how. Let's look at equities for a second and see what's going on there. So this is what I call kind of these are the key things, the big holdings, but let's go to my watch list and find out exactly what's moving. Sometimes stocks don't really move unless they're crypto related right now, but we have here at the top performing miner, CleanSpark, up a monstrous. Like we were buying this at $10 a couple of weeks ago. That is just insane. Let's have a look at the 1 month chart for CleanSpark. The hammer is where we nailed the dip, picked the bottom, and ran up. I have synthetic longs on that one. The return now is over 800% on that position since, what is it, 28th of September 2021. And I know a lot of people say, oh, he's not really making these returns. I am, because they're all published. So let me see. MicroStrategy. I spoke about this one yesterday, being completely undervalued, and it had a nice move today, $42 up. It still is undervalued compared to where it should be. But, you know, the BOTI is taking all the limelight. Now, let's get back to some questions, if I can find them. Let me see. Too many. There we are. Okay. Kaiser Sosa. I know all these names. Chris Gibson. Everybody as well, be careful out there. Scammers are looking for you, so be careful sharing your true name online. Solana to 1,000. Solana definitely will go from 500 to 750 this cycle. Not financial advice, but looking at all this stuff. Misa, thank you for being here, and thank you for moderating. Misa is one of the top 2 ladies in the community. Big shout out. We have one of our other female original gangsters, day one, with me on YouTube and on Patreon. Her name is House. I call her House. And it's her birthday tomorrow. So I have a big day tomorrow. You guys will get a little surprise. But you'll find out about that tomorrow. So I'm super busy. Got a lot of really, really, really cool interviews coming up. Did I sleep? Caligula, regarding sleep, you asked a question yesterday. 0 people can be productive with less than 8 hours of sleep. Margaret Thatcher in the UK, if you have any English people there, big shout out to Margaret Thatcher. She was a very, very powerful lady. Speaking of ladies, she only slept 3 to 4 hours a night, and she was highly productive for an extremely long time. So yes, I believe you can go without sleep. And it's hard during these times to... It's not sleep, lack of sleep because of nervousness, but it's because of the excitement of everybody doing so well. And yes, part-time Larry, we're not selling. That's a very good point. Why sell this pristine asset? And I've been telling people as well, they're looking at getting out. I heard some sad news. Somebody said, somebody called Casey Crypto or whatever, sold at 30,000, and she's a YouTuber. Imagine the pain that they're feeling right now. Anybody that's sold or layering out, it's very strange to think that you can get into an asset and you know it's going to double or triple. I remember the embarrassing thing. My very first YouTube video, I built it for my friends and family and network to try to get them to buy Bitcoin, and I was very unsuccessful. But YouTube liked the video, and that's why I'm doing this right now. But the really strange thing is I guaranteed them that Bitcoin was at 9,000 at the time, and I guaranteed them it was going to over $109,000 by the year 2030. So I promised them a 10x on their money in 9 years. They still didn't buy. So Desert Dog, thank you so much. You guys are all amazing. And Dragonfire, appreciate that. So ETH price equals 5 to 10% of Bitcoin price from Jesus is God. So I see ETH as a kind of ratio. It'll be a 10-to-1 ratio. So if, for example, Bitcoin goes to, and this is down the line, this may not happen in the next 2 or 3 months, but definitely in the next 6 to 12 months. If Bitcoin goes to $100,000, Ethereum should be priced at $10,000. And if, I can't remember my exact numbers, if Ethereum goes to $9,000, Solana should be worth about $700. So good morning, everybody. Speaking of good morning, it's coffee time. I'm having about, I think, the 6 shots of espresso in here. Let me see. Any questions? Daniel Sullage, 161 likes, 0 dislikes. Thank you. Yeah, it's again, it's as I've always said, and many other people have always said as well, this is the asymmetric bet of our lives. This is so scarce. And if you know anything about economics and supply and demand, it's a foregone conclusion. The only way is up. So James has a vampire vibe. Uh-oh, maybe I need to get a teeth file down or something. All right, I'm not getting kind of questions. Thoughts on Matic. Matic has been slow. Let's look at the chart on Matic right now. I remain extremely bullish, and I get more bullish by the day on Matic. Let's just pop it up here and see what Matic is actually doing. So it's up 3%. If we look at the 6-month chart or the year to date, we have kind of a long way to go. My target for Matic remains at about $2.98. You can see we're up at 266 a while back, or 150 now. It just needs to double. It'll easily double in this time frame. The problem is people don't know how to value and appraise Matic. And for the life of me, I don't know why. But it is one of those things. Is kind of like a little bit of a no-brainer. So thank you for that question. Let me see. Are we at all-time high this morning? I know. Hi, Jamie. Do you think Ethereum will go to 12x if Bitcoin goes to 6x? Well, typically, historically, what I've always found, if Bitcoin does a 5x, Ethereum does a 7x, sometimes a lot more, sometimes a double, like a 10x. So I definitely see Ethereum has its problems, which has me concerned. But to counterbalance that, you know, when you look at chains and protocols, everything has its warts and pimples and whatever faults, with the exception of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is perfectly designed. But Ethereum has its issues, but counterbalancing the issues of ETH 2.0 and delay and gas fees and everything else, it has such scarce demand, and it's very attractive to institutional investors. So from that perspective, I think it'll go well. Hello, James. You said this yesterday. Awesome. Yeah, I knew within 24 to 48 hours guaranteed new all-time high. When I looked at the on-chain data, there's nothing for sale. There's literally nothing for sale, everybody. And who is selling? I think William Clemente, he was like vexed. He texted somebody, said, who the hell is selling right now? And the answer is nobody knows. So there we are. So, and some people say, oh, it stopped running. Remember, when things go up, they don't go straight up. They go up, take a little breather. Then they go up, take a little breather. And this is just how it works. So let me go and pull up some questions real quick. I do need to get back to work. And somehow the chats aren't coming. So I'm going to go. CleanSpark needs some attention. CleanSpark, I covered that. And CleanSpark is just an absolute beast. Let's go to CleanSpark as well, because I know... Let's go to my miners. Here's my miner list. Hive just popped too. So now Hive is a little bit heavier up. But there's CleanSpark. Again, hard to believe, was at $10 the other day. James, you the man. Okay, let's go. I'm going to go to the bottom and see. I have a ICP ranks very low. ICP, be careful. It is not a good project by no means. The insiders kind of line their pockets. Hive is an ETH miner play from Two Bridges, my two favorite miners. And I look at value. So I analyze mining stocks like value plays. I look at capital efficiency. I look at scalability. I look at the management team. I look at 20 different financial ratios, and Hive and CleanSpark are by far the best. And that's why I went hard in on CleanSpark. In fact, my CleanSpark position is 10 times the size of my HUD 8 position. But I got in later and I had such conviction on that one. I was like, are you kidding me? This thing is at $10. And you have Marathon and Riot trading at these crazy multiples. So that was kind of where I was. So Crypto Kid, love your energy. So very thankful for teaching. I've learned so much in the last 4 months. Woohoo! I had a very sad note. Somebody sent me a note yesterday. And there's something similar today, though. They wish they had found me a year ago, even though I only started early this year. But they only found me about 12 weeks ago. So it's kind of sad. Any take on iTrust Capital? Yeah, I've looked at those companies. One of the things I don't like about them is the fees. But we might have a conversation with iTrust. Drop a comment below if you want me to. In fact, somebody here in the chat wants me to talk to them badly. And if we can get a special deal, I like to give back. If we can negotiate something for this community that is special, we'd love to do that. Be advised, Bito now offers calls. Yes, and a lot of questions are, how do we hedge Bitcoin? Many, many ways to hedge. One of them is now with Bito. One is with proxies like MicroStrategy. One is with options and futures and CME futures on Bitcoin directly. There's a million ways, and I'll be doing a video on that as well. Change ADA to Sol or Matic. Yeah, let's look at Cardano right now, because a lot of people are getting very frustrated. Though I was looking at something yesterday. Let's look at the 6-month chart. So I actually drew this yesterday, and I don't want to alarm anybody, but the question came up what to do with Cardano. The way Cardano is progressing, if I turn on my 50-day and 200-day moving average, you see the red line and the blue line here? If it continues at this trajectory, Cardano is going for a death cross. And my estimated date would be the 26th of November, 2021. And we all know death crosses are not good. Golden crosses are good. Death crosses sometimes turn out bad, about 60, 70% of the time. So Cardano has just been flailing. I know Charles is on tour in Africa right now. He should be drumming up more dApps and DEXs and stuff like that, and solving some of the smart contract scalability issues. But that's just Charles. He has a bigger vision in mind, and it might not be global domination of a smart contract platform. So from here, I actually, when I saw this and I drew this last night, I got concerned about Cardano. Not alarming anybody. I still believe it can get to $3, $3.50. But it is just the weakest thing I've ever seen. While the whole world is going this way, it's flat. And if you look at I think the 5 or 6 day chart is kind of horrendous. Let me turn these off so we can see a little bit better. Well, I had a little pump today, but this 5-day chart was terrible yesterday. And we'll see where it goes. So fingers crossed. So the question is Solana to Matic. I think Matic is extremely undervalued, but it's only a double. The only thing I am buying right now is Solana. I have limit orders in, which missed by $1 again yesterday. Ugh, that's terrible. But anyway, can't win them all. XRP replaces ETH with no wart. Fast, low, fuel efficient brainer. Yeah. Angelina, analyze XRP. Look up the history. Analyze the tokenomics. Analyze the leadership team. All your answers are there. Any views on Polymath? Yeah, I don't like it. It has been moving very nicely, but I don't like it. Let me go down and let me see. Slow the chat. ADA to the moon. Presley Stewart. Go for it. Enjoy the ride. But there are fast horses. Let me see. Thoughts on Aave. They are losing TVL to smaller caps, especially on Avalanche. That's true. I have an Aave position. I stopped buying it. I think it was 250 or something. But I still do believe Aave will go to be, 590-ish. That's in my price targets. Let me see. Yeah, forget ICP. Good advice there. Exit strategy is too early to discuss. Very good point, Noam S. I have exit strategy models built for all the cryptos we follow. But if I share them now, people will get nervous. But we're getting close with many names, and I'm looking at all the holdings. I'm going to do another retire on crypto portfolio and show you guys exactly what is going to hit the slate next. But right now, this is just a runtime. You don't want to get out too early. You know, if you do need to sell something to buy some property or whatever, or something you need for your life, go right ahead. But if you can hold on, I don't give advice, but hold on if you can. Let's see what's going on right now. Here you see Bitcoin taking another run. Just like I said, goes down, takes a breather, and it's just going to go straight above 67,000. I mean, just nobody is selling. Nobody is selling. And look at these big buyers. Let me show you guys a little something here. You can see the blue and the yellow bars, and they are the difference between buyers and sellers. And big buying, buying. And at the top, more selling than buying. That's why it takes a breather. But these sellers get exhausted real quickly, and then it goes upwards again. So that's what happens. So there are people with their limit orders to take some cash off the table, or they try and manipulate. So let's go back and grab some more questions. And then I do have to leave in about 8 minutes because I have a whole bunch of other stuff to do. Tesla entry price. Tesla is a beast. I'm like a Tesla fanboy. But let's have a look at this one. With all the action in crypto, I'm sure Tesla's, well, it's up $3. You're beginning to see it lose momentum here. What's going to happen right now, if we look at the last 6 months, it's just gone crazy. There's the buy Tesla 541, buy Tesla 621, 867. It's $17 above my target of 850 for the pre-earnings run. And we're beginning to see it lose momentum. Let's zoom in a little bit and you'll see the momentum loss here. Like it hit 880 and then it's just running out of steam. So my forecast, not financial advice, is Tesla will have amazing earnings, but it's buy the rumor, sell the news. So the amazing earnings are already factored into the price. Everybody knows it's going to be incredible. And I think Tesla could fall down to low 800s within a couple of days. Then again, if the results are completely crazy and they announce something like, okay, Giga Berlin, Giga Texas, they're already making Cybertrucks or whatever, something like that, that could change the game. So I say wait on Tesla till it gets into the 700s again. I wouldn't chase it. And that's just me. You can see here again, just look at my chart. This is the kill zone for Tesla. 621, 541. Layer in hard down here and hard down here. And that can happen, you know, if the market really crashes and goes down. Google entry. Oh, you guys are trying to get some good equities, because what will happen as well, everybody, is going to be a rotation. So once crypto and Bitcoin, everything goes crazy, you're going to see stuff, you know, if we have a blow off top for Bitcoin, it's going to rotate into some of the alts like Ethereum. And then once they move, it's going to rotate back into equities. That's where the smart money will go. If we look at Google, again, massively strong. Let's look at the year-to-date chart. It's just up on top of the Bollinger Band the whole time. Let's turn on these two, see where we are. Like, it's never even gotten close to the 200-day moving average. This is where that little arrow I have there, that was kind of a short-term buy indicator, because for the first time this year, it fell under the 50-day moving average. And that was a time to snag some Google. But now I'm just worried. I think there's a few more shoes to drop with the market and the economy. There might be some nervousness. If the interest rates go up, that's going to hit tech stocks. We'll see. NVIDIA analysis. Yes, I am a big fan. That's one of the puppies that I wasn't able to snag. I had limit orders on a whole bunch of names that I just missed. But it is a top name for the future. So I just don't own any right now. APR question. What if Plan B is a top tier whale and he's planning to dump to use our trust for the ultimate pump and dump? He's not. Plan B is a good, honorable gentleman. He was in a day job up until 3 or 4 months ago. So he had to work for a living. Now he's famous enough that he doesn't have to do that anymore, and he can provide for his family, and his Bitcoin is probably worth enough. But no, he's not a whale. He does not have many thousands of Bitcoin. But he is amazing. So there's a lot of that running around. He's not that type of person. And you can tell from listening to him, you can tell from his voice that he is an honorable person. And there's not many of them out there. So be careful who you trust, everybody. In fact, rule of thumb is don't trust anybody. Surya, yes, a big thanks to Sanjay. Yes, Sanjay is one of our Patreon members, and he has been awesome. He emails me articles every day, and I'm very grateful for that. So, Invest Answers from Bad Dreams. What are your thoughts on VeChain for the next 3 months? VeChain, I don't like because of the tokenomics and the way it's structured. I'm not against Chinese operations. As you guys know, I own Baba, I own Baidu. We went through a bit of a dip, bought more. But in terms of VeChain, let's look at that. My target for VeChain for this bull cycle is about 33 cents. And for the next 10 years, it's about 33 cents. So that should tell you something. And I've analyzed it every which way to Sunday. I just don't see it taking over the world. Now let's look at the chart. 12 cents, not bad. We'll look at the year to date. You can see it was up, well, nearly, what's that, 27, 28 cents. I definitely think we're going back to 30 cents. So it could, nearly 3x from here. But I just don't like the project. I have a small VeChain bag, and once it hits 25 cents again, I'm out. A lot of people are calling for it to be $1 or more. It's like, no way. I don't see that happening. And let's see what else we got on. Should I pay off my mortgage with my crypto gains? No. Very good question. That used to be the way for people to be debt free. It's a very old school thinking. But if you can borrow money for 2.5% or 1.99% or 2.99% for a 10-year, 15-year, 30-year fixed rate, that's free money. The currency you're borrowing is debasing by 15%, and you're paying 2 or 3% on it. You're making 12%. Borrow as much as you can from a mortgage. As long as you have a hard asset backing it up, then you're fine. And make sure you can make your payments and make sure you preserve your credit. But yeah, borrow and invest. Like literally, you can make. Let's look at what you can make in Bitcoin just in the last. Let's look at Bitcoin the last 3 weeks, for giggles. And imagine you had that money, you use that money to pay off your mortgage. Let's go to the 1 month chart. I was buying Bitcoin at 41K back here. I did a real-time trade alert, and we'll look at what happens from this moment up. I'm trying to draw carefully here. So here we have Bitcoin is up 66% in 24 days, everybody. That is just astounding. And you're paying 2.5% on your mortgage? Yeah, you don't need to do that. No. Not financial advice, of course. Make money 24/7. Thank you so much. You're very kind. Layrost, message retracted. Uh-oh. Saul, have a nice day. Yes, it is. Likelihood of whale manipulations, always. But now we have big money market manipulations too. That's always par for the course. But as long as you can zoom out and you know the direction of where we're going, it's not a problem. Use Tesla Finance to finance the Tesla you buy. Use your savings to buy the stock. Excellent point, Danny K. Tesla will give you a car. If you can get one, you got to wait till next year. But they'll give you a car at 2.99%. And you have to put sometimes very little down. Avalanche and XTZ. I sold my Avalanche. I prefer other things. I put my money into Solana instead. And I think it's a safer bet. Cage, 35K into Solana, Cardano, Matic, ETH. Nothing in BC. Take profits, buy Bitcoin at 66K. You're too late. Again, we just went up 66% in 2 weeks. Everybody, the rule is don't change right now. Centrifuge analyzed it. Complete garbage. Terra Luna good? No. Not according to our models. We analyzed the top 20 smart contract platforms. That scored really bad. We're talking number 12 or number 13. Cardano beat out Luna, believe it or not, in our models. So be careful. And I know there was somebody sent me a video yesterday, some guy saying Luna is going from $35 to $1,000. Just be careful. Be careful, everybody, what you see. Matic greater than ETH. Matic is better than ETH. A lot of talk that Ethereum should just bring Matic into the fold, make everything work. But it's more complex than that. Cartesi, yep, I looked at that too. XLM, yep, XLM is like XRP. There's your answer. Again, it's not hard to do the math on these things, guys, and see. Thoughts on Palantir, I like it, but I only buy in the low 20s or high teens. It is a AI name for the future, and they will do very, very well. But I think you can get it on dips because one of those things is very cyclical. Let's have a look at the Palantir chart, actually, just to remind everybody what I mean. And let's go Palantir. So here, excuse my messy chart. You can see where I see the buy zones. Obviously, down here, buy, and a buy zone for latecomers. That's what I put this here. I think it was a TA video, like low 22s and high teens. But this was a real kill zone here when it was down super weak. I think it went all the way down to $16. That's crazy. That's when you back up the truck and Palantir. All right, I'll do one more question, and then I have to roll. I've got to do some stuff for our other community and get ready. And also I've got some big interviews this week as well. So stay tuned for that. Fun times ahead. Guys, really thank you for all the stickers. We are making life-changing changes to our lives, and we do it so we can make the world a better place. And that's my mission here, to share everything. And just for anybody who's new to this as well, I can't be bought. I don't shill anything. I just give back. And it's the best job I've ever had in my life. So Abtubin, thank you so much as well. Trevor Foley, you rock. Let me see. I'm going to find one more good question. This Day Adams, what do you think about selling all my Bitcoin ETFs to options on it and hopes to become a whole coiner tax-free account? That's possible. But remember, with the contango and options, you do lose. You bleed about 10%, 8 to 10% per year. So it's an expensive way to do it. I think you're better off holding Bitcoin and selling options against it out of the money and doing that on a rolling basis. That's one way where you can fill up your bags very quickly and easily. And let me see. One very final question. Fix and flop boards. For Matic, you're not sandbagging. You're dropping the whole bag, so it means it will do worse in Bitcoin, ETH, and every other coin. I'm not dropping the bag. It's just I'm super conservative with my price predictions, and they have not changed since the beginning of the year. I always said ETH is going to $8,900. I always said Bitcoin's going to 100 grand. I said Solana is like 500 to 750, even when it was at $20. So certain things run different ways, but it's good to have a portfolio. And a quick reminder, everybody, as well. My crypto portfolio is extremely heavy in three things. It's Bitcoin, it's Ethereum, and it's Solana. And the other 3% of my crypto portfolio is the alts, okay? But remember, I'm into some of these names very early. Only got into Solana this year, but every chance I buy. And that's my conviction on it. And I speak with my wallet, and I'm very open. And I don't hide the ball and say, oh, I'm 95% this, when really I'm not. So that's just me. And on top of my Bitcoin, I also have a lot of Bitcoin proxies. So I really hope that helps everybody. Be safe out there. I got to get back to work. ADA has missed the boat. Sorry. I'm not sure what that means, good or bad. Matic still getting beat down. Matic will come. People are beginning to realize the value. They've 30x their revenue. They've got some great partnerships going right now. Just wait and see. Just like I said, Polkadot. And Chainlink also has to pounce. Chainlink is a $70 token right there, and it's trading at like $27. Let's look at Link. That's one of the biggest surprises for me, is how weak that puppy is. Let's look at Link. Final thought, because everybody should be like these are things that should run, but they haven't. So if you look at the year-to-date chart for Chainlink, I mean, Chainlink was up at $53 back in May. Now it's half that price almost. So Yeah, that is yet to run, and they're just going from strength to strength. So with that, everybody, I'm going to love you and leave you. I got a ton of other work to do. Big thank you for celebrating here with me today, and a big thank you for all the donations too. You guys rock. Algo and Cosmos are weak. Yes, I have tiny positions. You know, when I compare Algo to other smart contract platforms, not as good. So again, you'll hear just my raw opinion, which is based on data, not on other things that can happen as well. So if a venture capitalist comes and gives a smart contract platform $1 billion, that changes the game. But I just look at the value and intrinsic value today. So when Lambo, soon. All right, take care, everybody. Thanks for being here.